Here are the horoscopes for the week of the 26th of August to the 1st of September 2019. We have a lot of energy in Virgo now, so we're moving across the threshold from Leo to Virgo. And we begin the week with the Sun, Venus and Mars all in perfect harmony. Virgo is the sign of perfect harmony. It's written very badly about in mundane astrology as just being critical and super productive, but this is actually the sixth sign of the zodiac. It's the balance of masculine and feminine. It's how we can all be individuals but work together as a team to bring in a greater result. And it's love and unity embodied. So see if we can go through this month with that view of Virgo, embracing ourself, embracing our place in the world, in the group, what we're contributing, but not getting too caught up on the distraction of being overproductive or over-responsible or over-mental. Because with all this energy in Virgo, it can get to the point where we're trying to be too busy, we're being too judgmental, we're not really being in the present moment, making plans, making lists, that kind of thing. So see if we can dissolve into this pure love and unity and harmony energy at the beginning of the month and carry that forwards to embody the real essence of Virgo. So like I say, Virgo can take too much responsibility for others. There's a great deal of service involved in the Virgo archetype. So on Monday, have a look at where you're serving others, where you're giving your energy out, where you're always reaching outwards and distracting from yourself. Because Virgo is actually the Hermit card in Tarot. We're supposed to go in and find that inner sun, that inner light, and prioritise ourselves. But the temptation to reach outwards and to be busy and super effective, super productive and super responsible for everything on the outside is very strong. So on Monday, see if you can become that Hermit card, go deeply inwards, prioritise you, slow down, and have a look at what even is an effective use of your energy, as that will come up as we have the new moon in Virgo on Friday. But for now, we're entering the dark moon in Leo. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, we're entering the dark moon phase. And this is always a time to empty our vessel, to integrate everything that we've learnt. So we're not just getting rid of, ungratefully. We're having a look at everything that we've learnt in the last lunar cycle, integrating it, finding the message, finding the meaning, realising what we wanted to learn, and then letting go in order that we can empty ourselves to receive fresh energy. By Wednesday, there's something very sparky happening. We have Mars making a harmonic angle with Uranus, and this will be a very quick electrical energy, but helping us, I feel, to be able to change a perspective, bring new focus to an issue. And I feel this is something we've been struggling with for decades. What we perceive as reality is just our perception. And the way that the brain works is if we think something enough times, then that solidifies that neural pathway, and we are more likely to keep having that thought rather than being able to have new ones. And Uranus likes to undo all of this. Uranus likes to think outside of the box, sparking different neural pathways. And with Mars's dynamic energy in harmony, then I feel we can harness that. We can be brave, but act with style and grace, and have a look at changing a perspective, because once we change that perspective, we change the thought. Once you change the thought, you change the belief. Change the belief, you change the action, and then you change the reality that you're creating in your world. So have a look at where you're out of perspective. It will probably come to you rather than you having to go to search for it, as Mars makes a harmonic angle, a trine with Uranus, sparking that quick change of perspective, and then being able to align and focus on the truth. Things continue on Thursday as Mercury moves into Virgo. So this will really help with all of this neural programming that we've been talking about, because Mercury is where we do actually receive thoughts and process them into communication and action. And Mercury moving into Virgo, the sign of productivity, then this is really timely. If we've had a change of perspective on Wednesday, then as Mercury steps into Virgo, we can start to think differently and apply that new thought process. So planting a seed there in our consciousness, being aware that where we put our energy and our attention is what we attract. So we can change now. We can choose to align with what we do want rather than what we don't want, and then watch that grow to fruition over time. So very timely there as Mercury moves into Virgo to implement the changes of the Uranus-Mars trine and helping us think differently and therefore act differently and therefore creating different futures for ourselves. The energy continues to Friday where we have the new moon in Virgo. So really lovely 1, 2, 3 energy here across the middle of the week. And we have the new moon at 6 degrees Virgo, so have a look at where that is in your chart if you're following along, and that's at 11:38 UK time. So now we have the Sun, Moon, Mercury, Venus and Mars, that's half the chart, all in the sign of Virgo. And they're sitting at the top of this chart in the 10th house. So this is calling us to have a look at where we're contributing to our public life, where we're contributing to the group, whether we're playing a vital role, or whether we're wasting our time, or whether we're getting the just rewards for our energy. So Virgo very much asks us to have a look at where we're putting our life force energy and directing it and what that's creating. So are you appreciated? Do you appreciate your own energy and where you give it daily? Do you receive the rewards for your efforts? These are some of the questions that this new moon is asking. And given the rest of the energy this week, we are now able to be able to see that and implement changes to start to follow our soul calling, stop wasting our time and energy on things that no longer matter. So I feel the intentions that we can set for this new moon are to activate our soul plan and to study and share wisdom. This new moon opens up a 2-week window as we approach the full moon in Pisces on the 14th of September. So now that we've had those new thoughts, now that we've changed those behavioural patterns, now that we've got that enlightenment and the awareness to reconnect like the hermit to our soul calling and to value ourselves and our time, where we're placing it, then we have a 2-week window which is not like anything I've seen before really. The choices that we're making now from our heart and soul put us on a different timeline to where we would be if we'd carried on going from habitual pattern, limitation, negativity, misaligned perspective. So if we do this work day by day this week, then we're placing ourselves where we need to be to live the true essence of our being. And this feels like a promise to our future selves. It's a very sacred window of time that we're in up until the Pisces full moon on the 14th of September. So as this new moon grows, we can see that alignment to our soul plan, realignment to our true essence of being, prioritising that, putting that centre and focus, and letting anything else go. The obligation, the restriction, the limitation, the habitual patterns. None of those will matter if we're focused really on living our true selves and our true lives. So a really stunning week this week, something to be done every day as we approach the new moon in Virgo in this sacred window of time, to really promise ourselves that we're going to be authentic, focused, united, energized and purposeful, to live in the perfect timeline as the perfect expression of who we really are. So if you'd like to look at where this is happening for you, I am available one-to-one or online for soul plan readings, astrology readings. It's all the information on my website astrozo.com, or for a custom package series of sessions where we can explore many different aspects and go deeper. So please do contact me, zoehines7@gmail.com. Come find me on social media at Astrozo on Facebook, at zoehines7 on Instagram, and this YouTube channel is Zoe Astro if you'd like to come and subscribe and share. So those are the horoscopes for this week, and I'll see you next week.